And welcome to F1 News today on the 10th of September. Let's talk Toto Wolf and Lewis Hamilton. And Wolf concedes it was good for Hamilton to move from Mercedes to Ferrari. Yes, Mercedes team boss Toto Wolf said this was the longest run between a driver and a team. It was 12 years overall, and maybe he needed to, and this is his words, in a way, change and reinvent himself. Being a Ferrari driver is super prestigious. Maybe for us, as a team, it's also important to emancipate ourselves and go in a different direction. Interesting words there from Toto Wolff. But Lewis Hamilton is not done yet. He's suggested that the W15 fight back begins. He said there's definitely some performance to come over the course of the next few races. We do have small bits, but I don't know if we have anything huge coming. But hopefully, he says, we have more for Austin. I'm hoping we'll make some progress. There will be some tracks where we will be a little better than we are here, mentioning Monza. And he says we hope we have a chance to fight for a win at some stage. And fingers crossed, I think we hope they do. Now McLaren, as in Adrian Stella, Andrea Stella, has come out and given potential reasons why they're better than their rivals. He said, we haven't brought a significant upgrade since Miami. He highlighted that they've had careful testing, and this has been key. He says, we are taking our time to convince ourselves that the development is mature to be taken trackside. He also emphasised the importance of their new McLaren wind tunnel, helping them tackle what is complex aerodynamic problems. And it's seemingly at the McLaren at the moment, if it works in the wind tunnel, it works on the track. That's something that both Mercedes and I think of late Red Bull have had a few issues with. Talking of issues, George Russell, apparently his seat is not safe at all according to some, but Russell has come out and said, I've been with this team for so long, I've been managed by Mercedes, and we've always said we will be continuing together for the indefinite future. He said there's a lot of conversations going on which are entertaining to read, but from my side, I'm not focused on any of that. I'm just focused on my driving. Fair play to George Russell there. So one Formula One driver is still awaiting an explanation as to why Ferrari snubbed them a decade later, and yet they're still on the grid. And that driver is Nico Hulkenberg, and he's, by his own admission, never received a clear answer from Ferrari's decision makers, including the Ferrari boss at the time and now F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali, who continues to tell him not yet, come later. So Hulkenberg previously suggested that his height may well have played a role. Admittedly, he said, I've never had an answer where teams said, sorry, no, we turned you down because you're too tall. But he believes it's likely hindered his opportunity from some of the top teams due to the packaging issues. Less space, more weight, potentially a slower car. So Sergio Perez has made a notable Max Verstappen admission over the RB20 troubles. He has said, we don't have constant understeer or oversteer, but both together in a corner. He said, understeer up to the apex and oversteer on the exit. Now the important thing is, he said, if you fix one end, the problem at the other end gets worse. With his talent, he said, Max can get around the problem better than I can, which may well explain a few things, but that Red Bull of late not been particularly good. So Mr. Behrman won't be the only person debuting in his team in a single-seater. He's been in single-seaters before, but in Haas. But his brother is going to make his single-seater debut. That's Thomas Behrman, the 15-year-old brother of Ollie. And he's going to make his debut in the Euro 4 Championship at this weekend's Red Bull Ring with High-Tech Grand Prix. So very much fingers crossed for him. So Valtteri Bottas has come out and spoken about the Audi F1 prediction on what driver they're going to take. He said, I think in the long term it could be really interesting, and there could be some success in sight if I can get into the project. He said changes is one part of it, but a big part of it is what I've learned in terms of the investment they've done, of the facilities they have, the people that they have, the people that they are about to get. He says, it just gives me confidence they will be successful. They've got a pretty impressive setup at the moment, plans for the future, and it's just a matter of time. So there are your main headlines for the F1 news on the 10th of September. Give us a subscribe if you're not. Hit that notification button if you don't want to miss any F1 news. Also, we do a bit of rally and touring cars. We'll speak to you soon. Stay safe. Thank you very much.